Feel my power!
By the power of Grayskull.
I was stretching.
I think we went a couple of different ways on that one.
We did, yeah. Oh man, I don't like. You ever have like such a good stretch that you just kind of want to die right after it?
No, not really.
Especially some good music going, and I just felt the need to scream, "Feel my power."
Well, we were going to open with Evergrey, but God, we've been playing them like 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, well, Weightless came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and
that's
why we don't usually do singles. That's why we wait for albums. But oh well.
So, but we'll. I think I've heard one more song off of it. I haven't given the whole album a try. Been a little busy today.
Yeah. Well, that was Swallow the Sun, by the way,
which was quite good.
Yeah.
Little doomy. It's got a little, like you were saying, some Bell Witchian kind of vibes. Not
as much them as Hollowleg, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's another one's got a new release today. We'll talk about that one. But some of these they've got a weird. I don't know. They establish themselves fine. It sounds like a perfect Doom act, and then this weird harsh vocal comes out of nowhere.
You got to do it right.
Which I wonder, like, and that's the thing now. So now it's not necessarily just a harsh vocal fucking from the go, Now it's more like a working it as an extra instrument. But the problem is it's actually not even down in the mix. It's up in the mix, and I'm not a big fan. But
yeah. Well, band The Ocean,
right?
They do it perfectly. They have the perfect blend of really aggressive vocals, but still vocals you can kind of grasp, and if you're a lyrical person, you can still pick it up. But when the clean lyrics come in with it or behind it, oh man, I was jamming that. I've been jamming that shit all week. That band's really growing on me.
Well, see, but who I really appreciate that does it better than anybody is Moon Sorrow,
right?
Because the thing, it is there, man, and if really aggressive vocals bother you, you're not going to dig Moon Sorrow so much. Unless you listen to him a bunch like I did. Because, man, I got to tell you, it wasn't
Jumalta Noika?
No, it was the one prior to that. The one
the one that Huto on it?
Yeah, it's got like 7 fucking Finnish words on it.
Something Casa. I think Casa at the end.
I don't know. But, I mean, it's like, oh, that's all in Finnish. That's fine. But that one, man, it took me a while to kind of get used to. But once I adapted my ear.
Yeah.
I was like, that aggressive vocal is there, and I'm still not a fan, but it's another instrument that is down in the mix for me to appreciate everything else that's going on.
Right, instead of viewing it as the focal point of the song.
I've got to tell you, there's some legit like heavy metal bands or even heavy rock bands. Man, there were some of the things about their vocal would stand out so much I couldn't appreciate everything else.
Right.
And if I could throw it out there, Queensryche, one up.
Yeah.
The early old shit. And the only reason I say old shit because I never listened to anything after that because they already kind of burned me out.
So you stopped at
88, right before I went in the Corps.
Well, did you ever listen to Empire? They had a Silent Lucidity on.
That was 89, right? 89.
I think Empire
90.
came out in 90.
Yeah. Nope, because I already gave up on them.
Oh, so after Mindcrime, you were done.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually not a bad time to check out because Empire was their most commercially successful album.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's because of Silent Lucidity being on that. And it's a jam. Yeah. But, I mean, I've heard it a million fucking times.
Yeah, man, I kind of, when I'd joined the service, man, I kind of checked out on music for the first few years. I was out. I was like, nope.
Was that a conscious choice you made?
Yeah, kind of. Because I was fucking all over the map, and fucking AFARTS, the Armed Forces Radio and Television Network, they would play bullshit. And I was like, they're just playing me the nonsense that is safe.
Giving you the watered down.
Yeah, and I didn't care.
Stuff.
I didn't care. The thing that kind of brought me out of it, and I always give them props, and that's fucking Pearl Jam. There was a weird PBS special that came on in like 92, I want to say, or something like that. Stone Gossard and Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder had just joined Pearl Jam. And
when he was still really awkward and uncomfortable looking.
Yeah. But it was this weird. It was, I forget who the tribute was. It might have been a tribute to Neil Young, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
Pearl Jam do that.
PBS did it, and like I want to say it was 92. Might have been 93. It's been too fucking long now. But I went, who the fuck are these guys? and my nephew was banging this big old hog, and she was like, "You don't know Pearl Jam?" And I said, "No."
The fuck's a Pearl Jam?
Yeah, and I was like, "Is this some weird white racist fucking kind of a thing?" She's like, "No." She said, "This is fucking grunge," and I was like, "All right, sister, you're gonna have to back up. What the fuck are you talking about?" That was my fucking get my early toes wet, and
that was your education.
Yeah, and then and as much as I hated a lot of shit in the '80s, suddenly the whole world opened up. The '90s, grunge, fucking opened all the doors for me musically.
The '90s were a great time for music on a lot of levels. I'd even say some of your best rap came out in the early '90s. And I'm not really a rap cat.
Dude, no, you're fucking spot on. Yeah. I mean, that's when. I mean, if you're talking about rap, that's when the fucking that's really when, like, the very early '90s. I mean, that's when you had Public Enemy. That's when you'd had Ice Cube fucking really kind of broke out and did his own shit. Right. Man, that.
Yeah, it was like when Today Was a Good Day came out.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of the best shit that happened in the 20th century happened in the '90s.
Whoop, there it is.
Well, yeah, I didn't say everything, but but as much as I loved rock and roll from the fucking '70s, the '90s had everything.
Right. It had a little bit. It had something for everybody.
Sure,
it was a great time.
If you're still into shitty, heavy metal, it was fucking '90s. Still had that.
Yeah. I mean,
but heavy metal got killed by bands like Metallica. They killed metal as we knew it.
Yeah.
The fucking glam metal, the hair metal bullshit, Metallica killed them.
Metallica and
when
grunge.
the Black Album came out.
Metallica and
grunge.
Yeah, grunge usually gets all the credit. Metallica deserves a little bit of the credit as well.
That's why I hate calling Metallica a metal act. They are, but they're what killed metal. So I mean, for a long time, I refused to call them metal.
It's because
I called them a heavy rock band.
Yeah, it's because they, with their success on the Black Album, that was officially what metal should be.
Sure. No,
and that's not necessarily, like, especially looking back now, that's not true.
But it blew out people like Cinderella, people like Poison,
yeah.
The bands that needed to go away.
It made casual fans metal fans. It made metal safe.
Yeah, but
and MTV helped a lot as well.
My biggest complaint was nobody came along after that and made and continued to carry the torch,
right?
Because, God, man, I mean, dude, fucking try to pick up like conversations with like teenagers or people in their early 20s now. They have no fucking concern about rock or metal or anything because it kind of went away. Nobody carried the torch.
Pantera did it all right into the 90s.
Yeah, but dude, they
had so many issues though that that Reinventing Steel was their last album. Wasn't that great? I mean, it was still good, but it was the worst Pantera album they ever put out.
Right. I mean, if you look at like Cowboys from Hell when that came out, but even off of that, there were some things that were kind of stoppers for a lot of people. I mean, Primus was kind of one of them.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to have a fucking very certain taste in music to dig what they do.
Yeah. I really dig Primus. A certain era of Primus.
Dude, you're not the mainstream cat.
Fuck no. I'd like to think I'm down that Clichy road, man.
Yeah.
It's going back to the 90s. There was just, oh my God. There are actually albums celebrating 20-year anniversaries. Came out in 1999 this year. And I looked at them, and it made me feel like shit, dude. Because a lot of these are all still albums I bought and listened to when I was in high school. Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2 is turning 20 this year. Immortal, At the Heart of Winter, is turning 20. Korn Issues, which was the first album I ever downloaded off the internet for free.
Oh, wow.
And it was about a month and a half before it came out.
Yeah, say something for the boys from Iowa.
That's right. And statute of limitations over that shit, Korn. You can't come after me. Limp Bizkit's Significant Others turning 20. I actually bought that album as well. Machine Head's The Burning Red, which was maybe one of the last good albums they've put out. They put out that one in 2007. Was okay. Metallica's S&M is turning 20. That fucking album gets so much shit, dude. And I don't understand. Because it's not metal to have an orchestra behind you.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is anybody to say what metal is or is not?
Well, that's maybe the problem. I think labeling is a problem. Because if you're using this broad umbrella, and that's why we have like 20 fucking some odd offshoots of this kind of metal.
Yeah, that and I blame prog as well.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's just, there was so much divergent shit. And I think that's why, is because you would have a crowd that kind of, dug a certain kind of fucking music, but man, when you start getting all these weird, like, well, that's kind of this is where metal is going. No, metal is going this way. No, it's going this way. Man, it's some very different shit, you know?
Yeah, it's more just on the floor spreading out.
You know, and talk about bands that are going to be celebrating fucking 20 years. Talk about 25. We'll talk about it more later, but God, Alice in Chains, fucking maybe their best fucking record ever. You know, Jar of Flies came out 25 years ago today.
Oof.
Downward Spiral is going to celebrate 25 years this year.
Wow.
Nine Inch Nails.
And Nine Inch, The Fragile is turning 20 this year.
I mean,
which is, nothing compared to Downward Spiral.
Talk about some shit make you fucking feel old.
Right,
there it
dude.
is.
Opeth Still Life turning 20. Powerman 5000, Tonight's Stars Revolt, turning 20 this year.
My brother Daryl still jams that shit in his Subaru.
I was so shocked. Not only that, what shocked me, not only the fact that he played Powerman 5000 in that fucking car his while we were driving through Austin, he played shit off Mega Kung Fu Radio.
Yeah.
That's what really impressed me. That's my benchmark. If you play something off Tonight's Stars, I'm like, cool. I just think it's cool that you know who Powerman is and like that album. But if you play shit off Mega Kung Fu Radio, then I'm like, oh, okay. So you liked them kind of back when they were a little more hardcore and kind of ska-y.
I think that's kind of really the wheelhouse
Yeah.
for his preference of Powerman 5000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 20 Miles of Texas, 25 to Hell is still my favorite Powerman song ever.
Yeah, no, it's a lesson.
Yes, it is a lesson in life. Rage Against the Machine, Battle Los Angeles. Slipknot's debut.
You know what's
turned 20.
crazy? I was just talking about Rage Against the Machine earlier with our favorite bartender, Krista.
Yep.
And we were talking about that because nobody's doing shit like that, for good or bad. But nobody's really hitting that tone anymore that you would get out of that. I mean, some of their stuff is a little fucking at the very edge of what you would expect. But that's what they did, and that's what they did really well. And then we were talking about actually like scratching in a lot of music and shit like that, you know, the incorporation of some things. And, you know, I mean, Rage wasn't against experimenting with fucking everything.
Yeah, Tom Morello.
Everything was on the table. Everything was on the table.
Yeah, Tom Morello. And like a lot of the shit Tom Morello does is all just fucking switches and, you know, all that stuff. But he incorporates it into jams, and it's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, and the reason that conversation, I was like, how do we even get on the subject of Rage? Because my goals, you know, as we fucking move forward talking about other things here, but because I got done, I've spent more on my rig in 2019 than I did in 2018.
Yeah, and it's like really just in the past 30 days.
No, I mean, since the new year. Yeah. 25 days.
You've already exceeded last year, and we're not even done with January yet?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But so my plan is moving forward. It's actually to pick up a PA of some reasonable use. If only for the fact is because we got some slower shit we could play out, you know, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
And it would also then open the door for me then pick it up basically like a fucking kind of a DJ interface. Because if you think that I can't make money at EDM on weekends, you're fucking wrong.
I would even pay money to get in and see that.
Dude, I'm serious. I'm talking about actually that might be a thing, that where if I can get enough samples put in, shit like that, break out my rig, get out my guitar, get out that fucking overdrive pedal, and play some crazy goddamn Tom Morello shit.
Dude, doing some weird hybrid stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I'm picking it up now.
Now, when's my timeline on that? 2019, probably 2020.
I was gonna say we're in it.
Yeah,
we're
I'm done with 2019 on my rig. So the next purchase on the rigs are going to be on yours. So
yeah. Still, I can't wait for those. Which we'll talk about these purchases you made later. But I'm really looking forward to trying out this brand that you're rocking because I'm kind of pseudo familiar with them because Devin Townsend's a big fan of theirs.
I'm good with being Freeform. If we want to talk, it's our podcast.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if you want to talk about it.
People don't like it, they can go fuck themselves.
That's right. That's right.
All 20-something of you. Yeah, but...
and a happy 20th anniversary to Wisconsin Death Strip and Typo Negative's World Coming Down. A very underrated Typo Negative album.
Wow. Yeah, that's one band I never got into. And I think the timing was wrong for me.
Yeah. Well, you listen to them now with your appreciation of Doom, and you like them a little more. I know they're still not solid on your list, but you're now not turning your nose up at it when it comes on.
No, I mean YouTube brings it up on a random play.
Right.
I don't go, fuck this, let's bump it.
That's a huge jump. That's a huge jump. Be like, I don't hate this anymore.
Right. Yeah, let's go and talk about gear. So, and I don't want to bore people. I felt like last week I went a little long.
I'll know when to reel you in from your nerdisms here.
But then I was informed by people that aren't even fucking musicians. Like, no, you're clearly passionate about this. And,
fuck yeah, man!
Well, we're passionate about three things. That's why it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast.
That's right.
No, I mean, went out. Clearly I talked about fucking at length about the Friedman BOD pedal, deluxe pedal, which is really that's. I think that is kind of the linchpin of where we're at on fucking sound right now. It got the tone where I wanted it. I'm dialed in pretty much in the same area where Uncle Jerry is at.
It does sound like it. You were getting some serious crunch on that thing earlier when I got here.
Yeah. No, I was just running through some fucking crazy little, bullshit.
I was rocking some bar chords. I was just like, wow, goddamn, that's crunch.
Yeah, so
Captain Crunch.
And it really gets me where I want to be. The analog chorus that I've really talked up a lot, that MXR pedal, it's great. You can put it at the back end of anything. It's going to make anything kind of come off like a rose, as long as you don't go fucking crazy and get that warble going. But it doesn't. But it's not the exact sound I'm looking for. So, TC Electronics,
kick ass company.
Yeah, so I went ahead and ordered the Hall of, play on words, the Hall of Fame. It's a reverb pedal, so obviously Hall of Fame. Okay, I get it, clever motherfucker. But it's a Hall of Fame too, and there are some minor differences. I had to do some research, and I never quite got a fucking clear answer out of it. But I'm hoping that the guts are the same as the Hall of Fame, the original Hall of Fame pedal, and I think they are. Yeah. Which is cool because
you weren't able to really verify it.
Unless you're going to drop over $400 on a reverb pedal, it's the best that money can buy. Hall of Fame 2 adds a couple of other features. One of them being, and I think I might have mentioned this last week to some degree, the button for the bypass is an expression pedal in and of itself.
Yeah, that seems to be a TC Electronics kind of thing. There are a lot of pedals that
it is now. Yeah,
because there was a pedal that I saw Devin Townsend demoing basically for him, and it had the same thing where if you pressed on the harder on the switch, the harder you press, the faster the effect would loop.
And that's exactly what what that reverb pedal does.
Yeah,
The other thing that's definitely an upgrade, and I see a lot of pedals going this way. I thought actually the Friedman did this, but I stand corrected. I was a little drunk last night when I was trying to figure it out. But but TC Electronics has in a mini USB connector into the back of the pedal.
Right.
You then connect in with a standard USB port, go to their site, and you can pull in
tone prints.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is going to make a lot of things real easy. I mean, it's great. When you get new gear, all you want to do is try to dial that bastard in the way you want it. Man, if you're working with multiple sounds, though, it gets a little fucking harder because you don't want that reverb pedal kind of overpowering some of the things you're doing on the heavier side.
You don't want to lose what it does by adding a lot of effects.
And you also don't want to eat the bear. You don't want to fucking go too heavy on some, and then you say, why did I even get a reverb pedal? Because everything's disappearing into that crunch that I'm getting. You kind of want to be able to find a fucking pretty good medium. Well, that's the handy thing, is because then you can get on their site, download in these tone prints and everything else, and it's fucking on your pedal. And I think that everything we're going to see on stomp boxes are going to go that way within the next 2 years.
Yeah. TC's kind of at the forefront for that shit.
They really are.
And
they're
that's
cutting
really,
edge.
really cool because a lot of big name musicians will design tone prints. Devin Townsend has, I think, a dozen on their website that you can just download into it, and it's just their interpretation of how they would use that particular effects pedal.
Right.
It's really cool. It's a really neat innovation.
It's a little bit of a dangerous thing, too, is because if you want to sound like Devin Townsend, you can buy one pedal, and it'll put you a tone print in there for you. But, man, you better fucking have everything else that's going to back up that same sound. Gates, compressors, fucking everything else, because I know what a sound is.
Right, and not to mention about a $4,000 or $5,000 guitar.
Well, and
that dude plays the same shit William Duvall plays.
You might want to be willing to dump a couple grand on your fucking amp setup as well. Now, but here's where this comes into play, though. You don't have to dump $5,000 on a fucking amp, though. You don't have to. With the way that things are set up now. Really all you need now is the ability to push that air.
Yeah.
Because the tone is already there. The sound's already there.
Ooh.
Motherfucker. I have a friend of mine, a mutual friend of ours, kind of, I guess, waits till we're on the goddamn podcast. He wants to hear my fucking phone ring out every goddamn time. Every week.
Is this guy we were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I already knew.
Every time. He's like, oh, they're in the middle of a podcast. I want to make sure I'm getting attention. My dog requires less attention. So, for those of you that know my fucking tone, because I've got it in like in a jingle, so that way it's not obnoxiously loud, in case I forget to turn off the volume, like this week, or whenever I'm doing my day job, so it's not completely over the top. But I will say this, every fucking time you listen to this podcast, if you hear that tone, it's that fucking same guy who has to have the attention laid on him because we're in the middle of doing some important shit, and he's got to fucking send me something that's usually 99% of the time fucking bullshit that fucking doesn't need to be brought up in the middle of our shit when we're trying to get stuff done, when we're trying to make an impact on life, because God damn it, that's where we're at. You want to go back and start over?
We had oh God, no, that might have been my favorite thing ever. We were talking before the podcast started about rage. And
there you go.
And I was really shocked. Like, we were 20 minutes in. I'm like, this is actually going really well. Nice meter discussion. Nothing really. And, not even talking about our normal lives and shit. We're just kind of talking about music that we love. And leave it to Beaver to get the job done on the rage front. That fucking guy brought it out of you. That was legit.
Every week. He fucking look, it'd be one thing, I didn't know you guys were busy. Motherfucker, we've been doing this for 2 fucking years, over 2 years.
Yeah.
We've
hit triple digits. And well, you know what? He got his fame now. He knows this. He knows who he is. God damn.
Every week. And usually a good fucking 30, 40 minutes in. There it is. Every week.
Honestly, dude, you beat me to the rage, but you painted it so much better than I could have even dreamed.
Well, and I was already a little pissed off about some stuff, so it was kind of nice. The beginning of this fucking whole show was nice because, like, okay, cool. This might be what calms the soul of the fucking angry giant tonight. Well, until some shit like that happens and sends me off the goddamn rails, but oh well.
Thank you, Mr. Beaver.
It is what it is.
That's going to be my new ringtone.
What, my entire goddamn
that tirade? Be my new ringtone. Won't have to worry about having a repeat. I'll have hung up by then. Oh, man. So, yeah, to Mr. Beaver, fucking save it for after 8, man. Clearly, it's not that important. And we're doing shit here. Can't turn it all off. We have other doohickeys we got to fucking activate here. We're just trying to live.
No, that's fucking it.
Moving along. So where the fuck were we? We were talking about TC Electronics and the Hall of Fame battle.
You can dial in tone prints and everything else. Like I said, I think that's where we're going to see a lot of things go for. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. And don't get me wrong. I'm an analog dude. There's nothing better in the universe to me than a fucking pedal board that's got a bunch of stomp boxes that aren't digital. They're all analog, or most of them are analog, or whatever. Because you can't. In this day and age, it's hard to pull off a full analog board, nor would you want to. But
the technology's really good now.
Yeah, I know, but I can look at things and go, you know what I like? I like the tone of a fucking Les Paul through a Marshall, through a bunch of, or not a bunch, but a couple of select pedals, and get that Dwayne Allman fucking sound, or if I want to go really a little bit crazy, that fucking Tony Iommi sound,
or Neil Young.
Yeah, but that 70s tone, it's fine, but we aren't in the 70s, and the tone I kind of need once in a while now is more modern rock. It's more fucking modern metal.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with new metal, but it's but I think that if I'm trying to assess where we are and where we will be, I think most of your sound is going to be really, really off of rack-mounted boxes. It's going to be off stomp boxes, and I realize people are like, that's not a new idea. I know it's not, but I think a lot of your tone is going to come off of that, and at some point the amplifier is going to become a conveyance of push and air of the tone you already have. And we're already kind of there.
Sure.
We've kind of already been there for a long time. But I think with what is dialed in now, man, I was looking around, when we were looking at getting a new board, for the show here and our other pursuits, almost all of them have a fucking Wi-Fi sensor on it, ready to pick up. A little hard shot.
I forgot it one bullet.
Yeah. But what it is to pick that stuff up when you're playing at a club, so it already has ready access to pulling in the newest. And who fucking needs that during a live show? Who wants something to have, like, you're fighting latency most of the time. Who the fuck wants that cutting into what you're trying to do?
Yeah. And usually, if you're rocking shit where latency is not an issue, you got a guy backstage knowing when to cue what. Maybe,
but if you're just a 4-piece band trying to make it,
unless you're Jerry Cantrell, then you got your rig right in front of you and you're rocking it when you know you need to.
Yeah, that's the reason I've always been the analog kid. I make a Rush reference there, but
Sounds a good nickname.
If you
ever get an MMA, that should be your nickname.
The Analog Kid. Yeah, I would come after the Analog Kid by Rush. Why not?
That's probably get it cheap.
Yeah. No, really? Maybe if I was.
Well, it's a B-side fucking Rush jam, isn't it?
Well, Signals, you could make the argument that whole record was sort of B-side. It's one of my favorites, but it was the one that came out after Moving Pictures, so they were kind of fucked,
Right.
And that's why the record after that was Grace Under Pressure, because they named it that for a specific reason. The record company's like, why aren't you putting out more Tom Sawyer stuff? It's a once in a lifetime shot,
wheel, man.
It's a once in a lifetime shot.
That's their Black Album.
Moving Pictures, I would say probably. Man, I'm burned out on a lot of the stuff on it.
Sure,
but it is probably their magnum opus.
Of course, absolutely.
I think. Although, having said that, really my favorites really are fucking Signals and Grace Under Pressure. My two favorites. After that, when they they rolled out Hold Your Fire, I wasn't a fan.
Well, Rush
it was a little too radio friendly, kind of, on a lot of their tracks, and the stuff that wasn't radio friendly didn't work for me too much.
Was this around the time when Geddy Lee was really buddy with the guys that play Bob and Doug McKenzie?
No, it was after that.
Because I was going to say that.
No, Hold Your Fire was, I want to say 85, 86.
Oh, okay, so
86 probably.
that comedy album where they did that song "Take Off" that Geddy Lee is on. That was like 1982, I think.
Yeah, that's early 80s.
But you could tell that's kind of the direction they might have headed.
I can certainly look on my phone, but I don't want to.
No, you keep that thing away from the microphone.
I don't want to invite people to start messaging me on the show. Hold Your Fire is 86 or 87. Is in there.
I'll check it out here.
But they incorporate a lot of shit I didn't like about the 80s fucking music scene. Going back to what we were talking about earlier. That's not to say I didn't appreciate later Rush.
87.
87.
September 8th, 87.
I was working at a car wash. A friend of mine was working also at the car wash. We were talking about music. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to pick up Hold Your Fire. It came out this week or last week or something like that. He's like, cool, dude. I can pick up a copy for you. Like, oh, well, I'm a little short on cash. Cassettes at the time were like, $10, $12, something like that.
Yeah, they were basically.
Dude's like, no. So I got you, man. Came back fucking the next day. He's like, yeah, $3, man. Like, what? Like, oh, fucking cool. I gave him $3. Well, it's because motherfucker was a shoplifter. That's why.
Hey, that's an enterprise in the 80s, my friend.
But
oh god,
yeah, but that's fine. And I was like, oh, all right,
classic piracy.
Well, I'll still listen to it, but
well, yeah, especially for $3.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I appreciated some other shit that Rush did later than that. Sure, absolutely. And speaking of Rush, I would like to probably think about a Doom version of fucking Working Man. I know a fucking ton of bands have done it. I think we would put a unique kind of a signature on it. Well, while still respecting the fucking song.
I'm kind of hearing it in my mind.
Yeah. I think
it can be done.
I think we can do it.
That can be done.
I don't know.
We got some interesting irons in the fire right now when it comes to that.
Yeah. Check My Brain, fucking Alice in Chains.
I'd love to do a
cover of that one.
Yeah. We were you were taking with that with the Friedman. I was like, ooh, that sounds just like it.
Yeah.
There's
a BOC cover we've been fucking talking about for a long time. It's a matter of us just getting our ass in gear.
I think that one's going to be a passion project like the Love Song was.
I think so.
That's going to be like a full-on production. Now that we have a bass guitar, we can actually really make it more ours.
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be a process. Check My Brain. We can poop that out because you basically have half the song already learned. I think all we gotta learn is the weird off-kilter bridge.
I've got it.
Oh, okay, well, shit. Yeah. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah. No,
we're solid.
Yeah. No, it's kind of an A flat and it moves back down to fucking.
And the bass line follows.
Yeah.
Follows Cantrell's line.
Yeah.
So.
With the exception of what we'd found out by watching some fucking little crazy Jerry Cantrell videos, that my guy Inez actually tunes that fucking bass string to G, because you can't fucking make a bass player try to bend first fret on
I know,
E
man.
string.
Oh god, that was a pain. That was a pain in the ass to do on when you pulled up that YouTube video of Wood that had the tablature play
Right,
along with
yeah.
it. Has like one little bendy bit in it, and I tried to do it. I'm like, God damn, you must have you had to beat off your entire life to be able to have the dexterous power to get that done.
Yeah.
Or you got to be Lemmy. You know.
Well, that's the other angle too, is because a lot of people say, well, Lemmy wasn't really a bass player; he was a guitar player playing bass.
He was a rhythm guitarist playing bass.
And the problem is,
I don't see a problem with that. That's perfection, because a bass is a rhythm instrument.
well, and especially with what we are doing, you know, because we've got you providing the rhythm stuff and me providing the obnoxious stuff, and we've got a bass and we've got the means to program some drums. I'd love to bring a fucking live drummer. I'd like to be able to get some shit, bring in a fucking really good drummer, and go, we got 4 tracks, we just need, you know.
Would you mind just hanging out we need you for a day?
Yeah, you know, but the bass side of it, I have no qualms about fucking doing a Lemmy approach to bass. I have no qualms with. Bass players hate you when you do that, but man, fuck them.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. We're not bass players.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But we can play bass.
I'm barely a guitar player.
Shit.
Mead side, we're still
We're
working,
still on holding. We're holding.
Still working on Don's White Shadow Ranch batch. We'll get a batch. God, we got to fucking.
I got to pick me up a bottle of Troublemaker this weekend.
Sunday, we need to start our batch. We got to get batch 1 started Sunday.
If I'm not too hungover, goodbye.
Well, yeah, well, because it is Reubens'
or
birthday
if I died,
weekend.
Or if I
what
died
is it with you assholes with these birthdays? Like first rattle out of the box after Christmas. Like, God damn it.
Well, hey, I didn't plan when I was going to get pooped out. It just kind of happened.
Do you ever look back and go, all right, so I was born this date. That means my parents banged on.
Well, shit, probably. Well, I was premature. I was like 5 pounds 4 ounces when I was born. And that was all on my cock.
2 pound of that dick.
That's why we had our picture taken on the front of the paper, and my mother looked very displeased. It would have probably been March, right at the start of spring. Makes sense. No, actually, fuck that. It'd been the summer. I think I was 2 months. I was 2 month preemie.
So I'm not the only fucking wacky guy who goes, wait a minute, hold on. Let me do some math. My goddamn biological parents lived in Indiana. It was in July. What the fuck? It's like 2 rats fucking in a wool sock.
Oh man, I bet you they're just sounds that no other thing could ever make.
I attribute part of my retardation to that. But yeah, that's tonight's podcast brought to you by Jameson Triple Distilled Irish Whiskey blend, triple distilled, matured, and bottled in England.
England, god damn it!
Oh, it's Ireland. I'm sorry. Same.
Ooh.
Yeah, John Jameson inspired his distillery at Bow Street today. It inspires them to carry on his legacy. Smooth whiskey, triple distilled, and aged at their home in Middleton, County Cork. Here's to a motto being more than words.
Oh, that's the hometown of Patrick Murphy, lead singer of Gaelic Storm.
It's the same county my boss, God rest his soul.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow. I guess that's kind of the big one, right?
Well, usually a lot of assholes that aren't from Ireland usually say, "Oh, yeah, I can trace my family heritage back to County Cork." Yeah, okay, all right, that's fine. And if they break out their nonsense, their fucking whole DNA test or whatever, or some fucking records, fine. But it's like that's the one you assholes can pronounce. So I mean, it's
me. I did the ancestry thing. I just wanted to know about my blood. I didn't give a shit about my family.
Right.
I don't want to. I just want to know what I am, not why I am that way.
Was it 23andMe, 21andMe, or something? I forget what the fuck that is.
Me 23 or something.
23andMe,
yeah, 23andMe.
Which they're not a sponsor of the podcast, so they can go fuck right off. So
yeah, that's right.
So yeah, the White Shadow Batch Ranch. That's Ranch Batch. That's
White Shadow Ranch Batch.
That's it. Hey, well, it's Burns night, so it's a big day for Scots everywhere.
Good job. Good for you.
Robert Burns, born on this date 260 years ago.
I got to go give Joanne Calderwood a call.
The national bard, the poet laureate of Scotland.
Watch my my favorite episodes of Still Game. See, I know about Scottish stuff.
I'd probably watch Joanne Calderwood. If you were dating Joanne Calderwood,
okay.
You can name one. What television show would you watch?
With her?
Yes.
Does it have to be Scottish?
No.
Oh, just any TV show.
Any TV show.
Oh God.
But it's got to be one where you think this might kind of light her pilot light here, you know.
And it might lead to like
maybe something
like some
you know,
serious
maybe.
good times
like
with
hand holding, maybe. I don't know.
Hand holding, maybe reading a book to me
maybe,
woo me to
that's
sleep.
Right. Yes,
that's really what I want from her. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Because the last thing I'd want to do is show her my favorite show. I'd be more worried about her liking it than enjoying the whole experience myself. I
gotta say, Jameson is a step up from 1910. No offense to Pendleton, but that's a step up.
Yeah. Do you think?
Tastes like a.
Do you think Proper 12 is smoother than that?
No.
Absolutely
This tastes like a shot glass of butter.
Yeah,
that's all
Jameson is quite smooth. I would probably go Deadwood.
Okay.
I think Deadwood would get the job done. In a really weird way.
It's where you and I differ, my friend.
Okay, what would you watch?
Jackass.
The TV series?
Bow, bow, bow. Yes, because I feel that she would probably enjoy some of the goddamn shenanigans.
Okay,
of Johnny Knoxville.
I'd give her that, but I'd break out the movies. Break out the movies instead.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
because you're gonna get her going with that. Okay,
there's your way off topic.
We watch Deadwood together and she reads Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince to me, you can have her and watch Jackass.
Because your whole thing, you just want her to read you fucking bedtime stories.
Her voice is amazing, and normally Scottish accents are not that great.
But hers is kind of high and lilting.
Yeah, it's a very whispery kind of Scottish silk. It's such a fucking thing to behold, and all I want her to do is read to me. Courtney Collins, girlfriend
Beer and board games
to the
Aaron
Yonda Beer and board games. I want her to read to me so bad because she has a beautiful singing voice to boot.
Well, there you go. Get your game together. Do some read the Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah,
get it together.
Well, I mean, shit.
Come on, Ms. Collins. We'll tag you in this.
I'm a man of simple pleasures, and I know they have recording technologies over there. And they're Harry Potter fans. Please, I'll even take. I'll take Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. If that can be read to me as well.
By Courtney Collins.
By either.
Okay.
By both Courtney Collins and Joanne Calderwood
at the same time.
And then my sleeping problems will be solved.
Christ Almighty! Well, some people like maybe they're a little off center. They'll take some Ativan.
You know what I originally?
Other people might take like some Valerian root or something. Brandon will take a story.
I smoke a bowl of weed and I listen to Star Trek audiobooks.
Which then people say, "Oh, so this is like you guys like really pushing the whole weed thing." Like, no, I'm a rage cast. Brandon's a weed cast.
Yeah.
We're a very different fucking little community on this one show.
I have a lot of rage in my heart as well.
Got that rage in your heart, let it out.
But mine is a culmination of the week. All of your rage came from like the last 24 hours.
And it
tipped off here on the show.
I'm a sucker for fucking embers burning.
I cannot wait for Ruben to hear your rage. Like this is Kevin when he's mad. This is mad anger. This is legitimate, real anger here.
Well, what can I say?
And I thought it was fucking hilarious. I had to fucking step away from the microphone.
Because certain things fucking aggravate me, and
sure.
If it's the same thing over and fucking over again,
right?
Why do I allow the process to keep rearing its ugly head?
Someone
again?
bothering you with the minutia of their life when you don't give a shit.
And it's not even that.
I might be looking at it a little more.
There's nothing I plan for outside of my fucking job. There's nothing I plan for on a regular week except this podcast.
Right.
On a week in, week out basis. All I do, I go to work at the same time every day, give or take 10 minutes. Get off work every day, give or take 10 minutes. This fucking podcast, give or take 10 minutes, but it starts at the same time. That's the only shit I plan.
Fridays, the podcast is the only static thing on your to-do list every week.
Everything else, God damn it. Too. Send me anything you want to. I don't care as long as they're pictures of boobies. I don't care. At any time, whenever you feel like it, as long as it's not when I'm at work and when I'm doing this podcast. And I got to say, Mr. Beaver, fucking always sends me shit when I'm at work, live on the air, and on this podcast.
You're too popular, man. That's your problem.
Well, there's a different problem, and it's not mine.
Yeah, no shit. That's real truth right there. Let's move on to some album releases this week, dude.
All right, let's talk about that.
Yeah, because everything was about to pop off again. I felt it boiling.
Yeah, no, because I was getting ready to get into the whole fucking empath thing. So, yeah.
Oh, fuck that. No. We'll
By the way, intuition is not the same as fucking being an empath. And if you think it is, you go fuck yourself.
There are better songs about intuition than there are about being an empath until Devin Townsend's new album, Empath, comes out in March.
All right, I don't want to burn all the time out. Let's get to new releases for the week.
Yeah, really, I took a gander at some of this shit. I woke up really early this morning for some reason because I don't know how to enjoy a day off.
Hard charger. That's
I guess so. Evergray's album came out today.
We've been playing that one for a long time.
Yeah, Weightless is a great jam. A lot of people are saying this is probably Evergray's penultimate jam album.
Sons of bitches have got 11 records out.
Yeah.
This is number 11. I was a little stunned by that.
They're one of the more underrated bands. I discovered these guys again through the Guitar Hero clone I played many moons ago. Evergray was one of the many bands I discovered, along with Tear, Primordial, Male Morta, even discovered through that. I really like it. I can't wait to hear the rest of it. I wish, since it came out today, it should be out on YouTube now. So I'll hopefully have the opportunity to listen to the rest of the album, which if it's as good as Weightless, it should be a pretty fun little ROM.
Yeah. Bring Me the Horizon has got a record by the name of Amo that's out today.
Next!
Yeah, metalcore, post-hardcore.
Which means it's awful, okay? Yeah. If you have post in your genre description, it's not going to be good.
Man, there are bands.
That might be a little bit of a harsh thing to say.
There are bands I wanted to like. I wanted to like them so much, but if they have the word fucking post in there, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I listened to post-rock for a half an hour, and I couldn't understand what it is. It may be me. I just don't understand what it is they're trying to accomplish.
There's a little band, some fun kids out of Phoenix, Arizona. They're playing a little thrash and groove metal. Insight, Built to Destroy. 5 records over a decade and a half. It's fine. I'm not a fan. But King Diamond, though, back to work.
Time to get back to work.
Songs for the Dead live.
Oh, yeah, another live. King Diamond's putting out a lot of live albums lately. Is he dying?
Dude's origin's out of fucking Copenhagen. I mean, has he always been out of fucking Copenhagen?
I think so.
I don't know why I thought it was like out of some other European shit, but oh well. But anyway, it's been over a fucking decade since he put out anything new, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his live shows have been anniversary tours for albums, like not Judith. Shit, I can't remember the name of that album that had the name of that girl in it.
Abigail.
Abigail, there you go. His stage shows are pretty...
Not that I'm a King Diamond guy. I'm just letting you know right now. I don't want to get fucking,
Well, that's really one of his best albums.
I don't want to get profiled, but yeah. That's,
well, too late for that, sir. But yeah, King Diamond's another one of those acts that I kind of get, but I don't really dig. His vocal stylings are... I feel like he should be in the same list of great singers that Jack Black is on.
Or Ozzy, yeah.
But that's Ozzy can't help it. No, fuck that. That dude, when he was younger, that motherfucker could really sing deep down from his soul.
Yeah.
And then he just became this, all right now guy.
Yeah.
And, once you get older, that shit gets really hard to do.
One of the ones we walked in the show with, Swallow the Sun, When a Shadow is Forced into the Light. That's the name of that one.
My MVP.
They're out of Finland, and it's rare to see a Doom act.
No shit.
A Doom act out of, I would try to...
That would explain those really low baritone kind of clean vocals that dude's rocking.
I think it's Jyväskylä, Finland, I think. Maybe.
Jyväskylä?
Could be.
I think I just whiteified it.
Oh, you've skillet. All right. Also out today, we got Beth Blade and the Beautiful Disasters. I already don't like them, but it's really not their fault. They were on the Kiss cruise, where Gene Simmons got to get some money because he's got to get paid, right? They were on there.
They're dead broke
as a tribute to women in rock. Did they get I don't know, Nightwish? No. Did they get fucking Lizzie Hale? No.
Did they get Lita Ford?
No. They got Beth Blade and the Beautiful Disasters. Nothing against them, but really, fuck it, because that's so Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons can get more money.
Yeah.
Bring somebody on that they don't even know.
And you can probably get them on the cheap. Hell, they probably would have done it for nothing.
And they might have. I don't know. Colossus Fall. They're sludge, but they're also metalcore, so kind of look out a little bit on some of the pitfalls of that band.
No distortion on that album.
The Drowned God. This is one that we were talking about earlier that is like, okay, I kind of dig what they're doing, but God, that aggressive vocal, I can't.
Yeah, it's one that I think needs to be pegged for further fucking study.
Post-metal, post-hardcore.
Oh, never mind. We did all our studying just now.
All right, Hollow Leg. That's another one that's got a little bit of a harsh side to it, but they are sludge / doom, so might be worth further analysis than the 2 tracks that I'd listened to.
Yeah, what I heard, especially that one track that had the really nice mellow ending to it.
Yeah,
it kind of just switched gears immediately and fucking slammed the brakes, slowed everything down. It was really nice.
One we'll check out after the show is done because I didn't have time to do my homework today. Melamorte, they have one out today. It's Hell for All. Let's hope that they're a little better than they were the last time around because I mean they list them as heavy metal. Man, they were a little fucking off of that last release. But,
yeah.
All right. Snakebite Whiskey. They're a sleaze rock band. This Side of Hell is out. If you're looking for wrestler walkout music, there you go. Certainly a little riffy, but a little Sweet Home Alabama dialed in. You know what I mean?
I feel like I nailed it.
Yeah, you probably did. Starbreaker, they have out Dysphoria today. They're a hard rock act. They're fine. Toby Hitchcock with Reckoning, they're out today as well with hard rock. So that's kind of the new releases for the week. Which brings us to, speaking of the week, how's your week?
I only have one really cool tale, and it's a tale of perseverance.
It better be a tale of redemption. A tale of a small-town boy who done good.
I didn't need to be redeemed. That's the thing. There's no redemption. It's about perseverance, constant fucking vigilance, and the ability to know when you're trying to be robbed.
Ah.
Yeah. I've worked in hotels since 2001. Not hard beginning to end. I mean, off and on for nearly 20 years. I've never been the victim of any type of scam because one has never been tried on me before. Which is kind of weird. I've gotten really lucky in that aspect. Because hotels try to get scammed all the fucking time,
especially for a guy that dives into like torrents and shit all the time.
Oh yeah, but I'm doing that on my laptop. That thing's a goddamn iron wall. You're not getting through to me at all.
Joseph Stalin put that shit in place. Yeah.
That's right. Well, you know he can teach you a lot about internet protection. Maybe not about living a good life. So I'm working.
This whole fucking podcast is ridiculous tonight. By the way.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks to Mr. Beaver, we went off the rails a long time ago, man. About 12:30, my last day working, phone rings, and the caller ID says from East Syracuse, New York, but the person on the other end said they were from Wyndham Corporate, which is kind of weird because
are they out of Syracuse?
They may be. I'm not sure, but when we do get a call from Wyndham, it says Wyndham Worldwide Corporate. It says it on our caller ID.
Oh, so this was
it's an 800 number.
Kind of a blocked thing.
This was like, it had a number.
Oh, okay.
Nothing was blocked on it. It's just what an 800 number, and it didn't say Wyndham. But I still entertained this guy. But I was already, the hairs on the back of my neck were already kind of up like, this is really weird.
Your spidey senses were going on.
Well, I'm fucking cynical and I don't trust anybody. Especially when I feel like they're trying to help me out. Right. Like, oh, well, you motherfucker, we'll see just how much you're trying to help me out. So he says people have been trying to call the hotel to make reservations, but no one's been able to get through. Like, oh, yeah, that phone fucking rings off the hook after 11 o'clock. No, it doesn't.
No, that's why you work the fucking shift you do.
Yeah, that phone, if it rings more than 3 times when I'm there, that's a rare night. So I was like, no, this phones actually work fine. You got through just fine. It's like, oh, okay. Well, that's good. We're just going to make sure that everything is up to date on our end and on your end. And if it's not, I can help walk you through it.
Do you have like a Jamaican accent or anything? Or
no? Was I going Jamaican?
No.
No. This was like token white dude.
No, a lot of the scams are like, I'm
you would have thought this was from another realm,
right.
like someone in I'm pulling India out of there because they like to call you and scam you. They'll mask their number to make it look like a national number here in the States. But no, this was token white dude. And he was being very professional, and I was like, okay. But the whole time I was getting this vibe of like, something just isn't right about this. I don't want to hang up on this guy because if it is corporate, that will look bad on me.
You don't want to be that guy. Huh?
Yeah. So we get to a point where he's like, okay, here's what I need you to do now. I need you to go on your computer and type in tcp.//cc washer. Like, wait. What?
TCP is by the way, that's a protocol that allows your system to open itself up to other...
like terminal control protocol or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But basically it's like, that's what Go to My PC is. It's a fucking TCP protocol.
Right. Team Viewer and all that other fucking bullshit.
Right.
So as soon as I heard that, because I needed my red flag to do what I wanted to do. And there it was. Because any type of system update to anything we have... We get a phone call from the 800 number, and it's a goddamn robot letting you know that the system's going to be down for about 4 hours, so get your shit done. So after that, I say, okay, dude, I'm typing it in. Type. I'm bullshit typing. Of course, I'm not typing this into my goddamn web browser.
Of course not. Yeah.
And he's like, okay, all you need to do now is click those three boxes, and then okay. Like, oh, okay. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. All right, what now? It's like, well, okay, what do you see? It's like, well, let me scroll down here. Huh. Well, looks like I got a printable coupon for a free waffle cone from Dairy Queen. It's like, excuse me? It's like, yeah, man, it's like a printable coupon for a free chocolate-dipped waffle cone from Dairy Queen.
Those motherfuckers.
It's like, are you? It's like, oh, well, clearly you went to the wrong website. And like, yeah, I did. And clearly you called the wrong fucking hotel, man. And dude just hung up. And it made me feel good to know that I was able to bust a goddamn scammer, especially one that was probably just some kid in his goddamn room fucking picking hotels
did he sound
off the
young?
Younger than me. Either that or this guy was old and lived a clean life.
Fat chance of that shit usually, right?
Other than that, my week sucked.
Yeah, mine fucking... Well, you can kind of get the gist of mine earlier in the show.
Yeah, I feel like you've gotten it out already.
Yeah. Let's MMA. Nothing. There's no fights this weekend except for Bellator. I guess.
We do need to discuss last Saturday.
Okay.
Number one, the Greg Hardy fight, the illegal knee.
Yeah,
he says he wasn't aware of that rule. Well, bullshit.
I thought, okay, this is a unified rule, so that means the grounding is different. Now, the one thing is to take away. Grounding, if a fighter is grounded on both the old rules and the unified rules, no matter what, if a knee is on the ground, no matter fucking what.
If it's just feet and hands, then if one hand comes up, you are vulnerable.
The unified rules do state that if there are no knees down and you're trying to play the game by fucking like hands on the canvas, you're not a grounded fighter.
Yeah, you got to be putting weight.
The only way you can be grounded is basically by having a knee on the ground or all 4 fucking points of contact supporting your situation.
Palms flat. You're not fists on the ground.
So it doesn't matter. Under the Greg Hardy fucking thing, dude had a knee on the ground.
Both of them. I think he had both of them.
He had at least one, and that's all that matters.
That's enough. Yeah,
that's all that matters.
And that was a pretty bad knee.
Yeah.
From a guy who probably shouldn't be fighting at this level yet.
I do think that you're right. He needs some fucking striking instruction.
He needs a lot of polish. And once he got taken to the ground, he was able to get back up, but he had nothing. He had absolutely nothing.
And really, where would that fight have been a minute later?
And it went past. Didn't it go past first round? I think it went past first round, and that DQ was in the second round. And if what I'm saying is true, and it's not just
really,
drunken recall.
after the Cerrone fight, I kind of checked out. But yeah.
Oh man, that's really where it's at. Like really quick, do you feel like the Dillashaw fight got stopped early?
No.
I don't think so either.
He's got to look out for people trying to Dillashaw him, because really,
right.
He's got to know that if you're fighting fucking Cejudo and I hate to say it, if you're fighting almost any wrestler, fucking be prepared for them to come out swinging like they're fucking trying to knock Granny's panties off a clothesline. They're going to be swinging. You got to be prepared for that. Dillashaw, I swear to God, here's the best way he could have started that fucking first round, is to have done a fucking shoot takedown 10 seconds in. When Cejudo starts bringing all those crazy windmilling wrestler fucking strikes, take him down. And then immediately let him up, because then the motherfucker will know, oh, we're going to fight now. It's a little disappointing.
It is disappointing, but again,
the only fight I really truly had a vested interest in was fucking Donald Cowboy Cerrone,
and that
who might be fighting Conor McGregor.
I hope so. I really do.
It'd be the best gift for this shitty promotion to give to his fucking fans.
Yeah, it'll be the best gift they've given us since we nearly got Rumble to be light heavyweight champ.
Rumble and Jones should have been a fight that was made, and they never fucking made it happen. Make this happen.
Happen.
And by the way, and for you Khabib people, go fuck yourselves. We're not talking about who deserves to fight who. I'm talking about what the best fight is for the fans.
Yeah, we're not in it on. If you are more interested in the entertainment aspect of the UFC, then you're listening to the wrong fucking podcast.
Yeah.
We are in it for the proper fight. What is the best fight? And Conor and Donald is the best fight. Donald wants to fight a top 5 guy. Conor's a top 5 guy.
Sure.
It's stylistically, it looks really good. And it's a guy that Conor could beat.
That one could go either way.
Yeah, so it makes sense for both guys, and it's a hell of a fight. And if Donald beats fucking Conor, dude's getting a title shot.
Yeah, and getting
paid.
And guess who's going to start hanging around some of the lakes here in New Mexico? Fucking yours truly.
No shit,
Donald,
right?
got any of that spare cash?
I think this weekend Cerrone is actually going cave diving in the same cave that nearly claimed his life due to a shitty fucking guide.
As he fucking should.
Fucking dude. I've always asked when he wanted to be a cowboy or fighter. He might have finally figured out his life and know how to do both.
Yeah, he's now a cowboy, a fighter, and a father.
And
that fucking makes him something special in my book.
It might have been the father thing. The father thing might have brought it all together.
Let's fucking drink some beers, dude. Or you can. I got some.
Yes!
1 week.
That's right!
1 week.
Ooh, yeah, the floodgates of hell.
Let's make our picks. Let's get into what do we have going on for the drinks of the week.
I'm going super smooth Jameson, man. Great
Jameson is the fucking pick of the week. It is Burns night, so probably some of you savages should be drinking some scotch. I thought I had some, and I didn't have some. But anyway, that's fine. Jameson will work at a pinch, and it's fucking better than 1910.
Damn right. Yeah, damn right.
On to the music side of fucking things. I'm going to pull one out of my ass and go Sub Rosa. Listen to Whippoorwill. Pull that one up tonight. Get a little Jameson in you in the old boiler, and listen to Whippoorwill. Fucking crank it up really loud. It's like a 9-minute song. It's good.
The Ocean, Cambrian 2, Eternal Recurrence. It's one song off the album. Just listen to it on repeat for about an hour.
Okay, there's our individual picks. As a show, we pick Rotten Apple.
Oh my God!
Off of Jar of Flies.
Underrated jam.
All right, and then MMA shit. I'm gonna
Fedor or Bader?
Bader probably.
Oh yeah, fucking definitely Bader.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see that pro wrestler come out and do good.
Sure.
It'd be nice. CM Punk wasn't a fucking Division 1. This guy actually has a background. We'll see. Maybe.
Right.
We might be busy in the stars.
There's our picks. Picks for the week.
Let's go get drunk.
Fuck yeah. 25 years. Happy birthday. Jar of Flies.
I love it.
See you assholes next week.